cannot be known
There you go.
right now.
Yeah.
You know, um, and I get that, and it's kind of interesting because you do need the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
You need to push against that idea of the unknown and say, well, let's know more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's okay to accept things that are beyond our current understanding.
Mm-hmm. With one thing that I learned because it's just like the experience, learning this and then question it and then what do you know about it and then keep going. But for
Sure.
me, it's like the difference of questioning something, not being. We put stupidity to the side because it's doing something with no knowledge behind it.
That's ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
different from stupidity.
So ignorance is more. I think of it as more cerebral, not knowing something. So building on that and filling the void of ignorance. Void meaning a receptacle that's not filled with knowledge.
Right.
So we are born as babies. So we're not born innately not knowing anything. We just have the basic fundamentals of crying when we need to be fed or changed or whatnot. So the clean slate, tabula rasa. So it's like, oh, okay. And then when you see some movies and it's like, oh, I see that out there, but I choose not to acknowledge it. So naivete, and it's like,
Well,
oh,
now wait.
mm-hmm.
I choose not to acknowledge that is, I call that willful ignorance.
Okay,
It's the concept that you're not accepting new knowledge.
yeah, but
Willful ignorance.
but
I'm
I
choosing to remain ignorant.
uh-huh. Oh, I didn't know that could happen. I can see that. I didn't know that could happen. Like really, that's naivete for me. Naive.
Naivete is the idea of I don't have enough knowledge or experience yet to have seen this coming.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I have a massive problem with naivete. Massive. Because it's like when you don't acknowledge something or when you're like, "Oh, I didn't know." But the all the resources are there. Then that's the power of observation.
Right.
Like just observe, but understanding what you're observing. So not observe the willful observation and knowing what you're trying to know. And this for me, this dips into the occult because it's like, oh, okay, so shapes. For me, it's shapes and the angles of shapes of things. Like, all right, this can hurt you, rather than
Well,
Mhm.
occult means like unseen.
Yeah.
So how many things are occult by choice?
What?
I mean, people don't want to see them, so
Okay.
they don't see them. We were talking about homeless people.
Uh huh.
They are occult because people do not want to see it. They don't want to see homeless people, so they choose not to see them. Get what I mean? Things that are hidden in plain sight. They're available for everyone to see.
Yeah.
So why don't people see them? Because they willfully don't want to see it. They actively do not want to observe that thing. So that's like purposeful occultism, right? You get what I mean? A thing is not hidden because it's hidden. It's hidden because people don't want to see that it's there. There's a difference.
Mm. Yeah, I guess, man. But me being identifying with this philosophy for about 4 or 5 years, I understand that I'm a baby to it.
Sure.
Sometimes I'm like, what do I know? And I'm challenging that from somebody else, and it's like, okay, um, the things that are presented, the things that are just presented.
Mhm.
So then it's like presenting them. I don't want to say that presenting themselves because make it sounds like they're sentient, like they're like
Yeah.
like this table has a. So it goes into this table has a spirit.
Well, no, I'm talking about stuff that somebody puts there.
Okay.
Like the symbolisms of the stuff on a dollar bill, for example.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
It's
There we
right
go.
there.
It's right
Who
there.
doesn't have who's never had a dollar bill in
Yeah.
their hand?
Mm-hmm.
But if you show people a picture of the parts of
Mhm.
what's on a dollar bill, they won't necessarily be able to remember that that's there.
Yeah. And that's
And that's kind of like willful occultism. Like it's this idea that it's right there. You just decided not to see it
yeah.
because what?
And there's just so much of it that it's like
Sometimes,
what's there and what's not.
right?
Because then it gets into like what is the like the the not the
there's-
cap.
And there's advertising that purposely does this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
For example, they'll take like a new car, a sports car especially, and okay, so you're the car,
Mm-hmm.
right? I've got the camera here. So what we're going to do is we're going to polish this car so that it's shiny,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's going to be a naked woman behind me. Now, you can't, I'm taking the picture through this lens, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's not in my picture, but her reflection is on that car. And that communicates this is a sexy car.
Mm.
Now, your brain, that the car is curved, and so her reflection isn't like clear, but it's still there. And your subconscious mind picks up on that. You get a feeling,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's a sexy car.
I know what you mean. And 5-10 years ago, hey bud.
What up?
Oh.
Yeah.
Only recently have I been able to disengage the woman from the car
Mhm.
to separate them and be like,
Right.
don't let that control you.
I once saw, for reals,
Mm-hmm.
a chocolate cake, a mix for a chocolate. No, it was for frosting. I'm sorry, it was for frosting. Chocolate frosting. And so it shows a picture of a cake. And in the middle of the cake is a perfect anatomical vagina in the frosting. Everything was there. It's not an accident. They put it there intentionally because chocolate's naughty and sexy.
Interesting.
And people don't see it. It's right there, but they
Yeah.
don't see it, but they feel it. So orange makes people hungry. So
Does
you'll
it?
notice that a lot of red, orange, and yellow are in food like McDonald's and Wendy's.
Yeah.
Food. It makes you hungry. Those colors have been identified to make people hungry. Now it's interesting because the successful restaurants were using that color before the studies showed that happened. So somebody subconsciously
Mm-hmm.
recognized that and decided to use those colors.
I enjoy with this new.
Is that occult?
Yeah, I
It
could see
is.
that.
Now you can take a class on that. It's like advertising, and they'll teach you about subliminal messaging
Yeah.
and all of that stuff that's right there, but it's not right there.
I like looking at cereal boxes,
Yes.
and it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa, sugar, reds,
Yeah.
greens,
Yeah.
and then the hidden oranges.
Very
Yellows.
bright colors typically.
Yeah,
And the imagery.
very satanic.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I don't know what makes it satanic. You say that sometimes. and I'm
Yeah.
like, how do we define that it's satanic?
Great question.
Yeah.
It
I think we should be on a radio show together.
we've got something here. It's just trying to figure out the medium for
And
it.
by the way,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm okay with going on somebody else's show, but I think you should make your own. Yeah.
That's a whole different realm, man.
Whatever. Sounds like an excuse to me.
I just making my own
I'm just fucking with you,
podcast.
Raoul.
Because it's like it goes into like
You could
design.
find somebody to help you like edit it
Yeah.
and do this shit that you don't know yet. You could find somebody to help you with that.
Anybody can help me out there. It's Sam, the Buddha, and the devil talking about
Crickets.
crickets. How to put a podcast together.
I could probably figure it out. It's not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that we
I hate to say this, but a lot of people would watch it.
probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna get mention ethnicity. Satanism as an ethnicity.
Ooh,
We'll get back to that.
That's an interesting.
Yeah. Wait for it. Don't start.
No, you're totally right. That it.
Don't even start. Stop. Before podcast because
I asked you a question.
You-
I asked